Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
As many creeps away from Armel as possible. Meanwhile, they've got the aggro dual lane, the Rubik Centaur classic duo. But Boxy already taking a lot of damage. The retaliate stacks are being built up, though.
That's genius.
See whether or not he can actually get some good CS from it. I don't know, man. I'm not sure if I've ever seen Grimstroke successfully in a mid lane dual lane, but they will manage to get the first blood as he just gets a bit too close. Mickey does get stunned up by Tim's, managed to draw off the aggro of the tower and will survive as a result. A safety fairy fire just in case.
To the one lane I didn't list in the 2 lanes I said, but either way, the concept is there. They did force a rotation, and this is classic Void Dota right now.
What, lucky bashes?
Just bashing you and never dying, pretty much.
They will manage to find the kill, though, onto March. And maybe with a silence landing on the Void, Time Walk coming up, he will manage to get a small distance away, but Mickey continues to chase him.
Like, they are up by 1K gold, but you don't feel any of this net worth.
No.
You effectively have like 8,000 net worth on the Radiant side that does nothing. So, this is when Liquid needs to do exactly this.
Running over Tim's, see if they can keep him chain stun, quickly blown up with a Fateful. Now Armel chasing him. It's going to be silenced up. Look at Mickey coming in from the side here. They're looking to be able to steal stacks and maybe steal Alchemist's life away as well, as Boxy does not have another stun. They're going to run out of damage here, and if they're not careful, KP may punish them. But himself not committing, but just using some of his summons to be able to chase him away. Now trying to take down that mid-tier 1 tower, but you could see TNC, much like Liquid last game, putting a heavy premium and trying to protect this mid-tier 1 tower, keep that map control, and that's where the Void comes in with the Chronosphere, looking to be able to blow up Taiga. They do manage to get him. Tim's gets out the damage just before he falls, but it looks like March is going to get gobbled up by Mickey as well, and eventually TNC, they will manage to make this hold. Even without the Radiance and the Chronosphere being used, Liquid have to back up.
Once they get those items, they're almost impossible to kill, but Liquid has this window right now to punish, and they're clearly aware of this, right? Like, the way they're playing.
Another round of Shapeshift. The LSA does immediately land on Koifa, but he managed to get the Centaur stun onto Tim's with the follow-up stun coming up from Boxy. That's going to be both supports immediately dead, and it looks like March is going to be chased down as well. The 3, 4, and 5 position, plus the mid-tier 1 tower, all falling. We're not looking at Alchemist 5 slots when he comes online. It's like 2 items.
Yeah.
Maybe 3. And you're ready to go. It looks like the initiation onto the Void. A big one with the silence follow-up as well. This carry's having a hard time getting out of all these disables and will fall. It looks like they're going to be able to catch March as well here. Taiga just keeps pace with him. And eventually, slow March with no boots. It's everyone's so greedy and poor March
To the next level here, and it's really forced them into this like dodge, push out lanes and trade bodies for getting lanes pushed out. They're actually looking to take a fight now, it looks like.
Nice catch onto Lena. And at the same time, with this big Chronosphere, if they can actually take down Mickey, be massive. The Stampede goes out with the multicast. That's going to keep Mickey in place long enough for Gabby to be able to get the double kill. But here comes the Lycan, trying to chase down KP. KP with no mana, very little health. It will eventually fall here. Armel, nowhere to run to use this unstable concoction until he spots him just barely. Does manage to get that one away. The stun.
So I would say one mistake in Liquid is SOL for sure here. Liquid is in control right now, but they are on thin ice.
Well, this is a pickup they not afford. Lycan does manage to get off his shapeshift, though, before the stun came in, and he will manage to run away. So if he can just keep vision of some of these heroes, the rest of the team can cut across, and they should be able to get at least 1 or 2 pickoffs here. The Lena is going to be protected a bit by the Alchemist, but here comes the rest of Liquid. KP does spot him, trying to slow him down. The Stampede looking to be able to run down the Lena, does manage to get him. Jump forward from the Alchemist, going straight for Mickey right now with a buyback coming out from the Lena. Can they get him chain stun, or Mickey's just going to turn and fight? After all, he's got an Aegis. They can't really focus him down, and it's going to be Armel who dies instead. Mickey survives a little bit longer before that Aegis finally falls, but Gabby with a BKB, he still has a Chronosphere, and he's going to let it fly just as the Gyrocopter coming back alive. Can they save Mickey's life? No, they can't. The Fire Blast multicasts do too much damage, and Koifa running around with no shapeshift is going to be enough to be able to finish off this Lena and maybe get some damage on the KP, but Gabby, he still has a wealth of damage on him. He's going to time walk off some of that to be able to finish off the Lycan. Now just 2 supports. Can they control him up? The supports as well, but Taiga with the time dilation on him, he's too slowed. They have no magic damage left, and Zania gets another round of his silence back, but he's just, KP's too tanky. He gets one more nuke out. The wolves are slowing down KP as much as possible, but the armor's too much. He can't quite finish up this 100 HP ogre because the damage is just not there, and KP will survive through it all, gets the double kill, and Liquid get wiped. BSJ, is that the slip up that was just one too many?
That might not be. I think we're kind of still at the same point that we were like a minute ago. Like, I think that was a wash, but at the same time, like I said, the longer this game goes on, I don't think this game is out of reach for Liquid yet. Like, that's not like the game-ending slip-up. Him dying here is... You cannot die here.
Just this time around does have 20 magic stick charges, though, and will be able to get some distance between him and Armel.
I was like, I just came back to saying it's not over yet, and then he's about to die on Gyro. That's the problem, though. By the way, Alchemist didn't BKB that last fight. He just didn't use his BKB, so he died. That was very strange.
March gonna get run down here by Koifa. You're not gonna feel super great about this use of shapeshift.
Blink into Grimstroke stun into Rubik lift. It like breaks the lift. Really nice to basically say we're itemizing to survive. It goes along with this whole theme. You know, I didn't really love the rushed Midas, but KP really making it up to me with the items he's choosing to build now.
Taiga, nice chain stunning here. It's going to allow them to get a good follow-up from the Gyrocopter. And now a beautiful stun on it too, but a better Chronosphere. Locking down the back line. That's 3 stunned up with the LSA over the top of Laguna Blade to be able to finish off Mickey. That is Liquid losing a fight big time. Koifa might be able to sneak away into the night here, as he will not tick out from the damage between the Radiance and that Ignite, but TNC still solidifying.
Plays out, and each team is imagining, how do we win this fight? It is so complicated for Liquid. For TNC, it's like just plan Alchemist in front, Crimson guard him, and Chrono if they go on him. Like, it's just so simple.
Stop. Jeez, these beautiful stuns from Taiga. Once again, the telekinesis into the unstable concoction, setting up Boxy to finish off the Alk. And now, without that big damage dealer, they're free to chase down whatever TNC heroes they can catch. First is going to be March, next is going to be Gabby, but he pops his BKB for fear of Taiga catching him once again.
Win the game. Like, I just don't.
It should not be okay.
I don't want viewers to be, like... enabled, you know, by what they're seeing, you know, like, let's go to our 5-man stack, pick Alk and buy 2 Midases.
The unstable concoction does manage to get it off on a KP, but Gabby does manage to get the Chronosphere, and only locking down the 2 supports though, but Boxy able to get the jump in to finish off that core ogre, but it looks like Taiga is going to be ripped apart by Gabby, so he does manage to finish off those 2 supports, jumping in for more. No time dilation to slow down these heroes. Boxy is unable to get away. Had no blink up thanks to all those zombies, and now it's TNC's turn to look inside the Roshan pit. 50 more seconds.
Yeah, 50 more seconds, it's fine. At this point, obviously the momentum tipping in favor of TNC.
Yeah.
It's getting almost out of hand for Liquid, but we saw them burst down the Alchemist last time.
Oh, the telekinesis, they're going to be tossed together as well. Oh, no, didn't actually get the toss together, so Gabby not going to be chain stunned and will not die as a result. Another BKB charge being used, but...
That's just so brutal when you... Honestly, probably a game-ending DD.
Yeah,
because he'd kill anybody.
Especially since Liquid can now take that opportunity to smoke up. Can they get the opening they need? Can they run into Gabby and burst him down? They're going to run into Marge. It's not the best target, but it is a pickoff nonetheless. He only slips away with a force staff coming out from KP, and they do manage to get some control onto Mickey for a while. Now they jump in for the Chronosphere, and they can't really protect Mickey at all in this situation. And Zany is being burnt down by Armel in the back lines. They finish up the supports. Taiga falls as well inside that Chronosphere. Boxy will manage to TP out, but
no ulti, dead heroes. They know he has no buyback because of timer. Actually, yeah,
tier 4 down. And I mean, there's just no damage from this lineup. They're going to try and jump in with Boxy with the Ink Swell. That will manage to blow up one of the supports. Lena's dead, but so is Insania. As Gabby's quickly dealing with him. Boxy's trying to lay his damage out on the March. It's just not really doing anything, and Armel will finally turn to finish up the objectives. Now he'll finish off Boxy instead. A nice 3-man stun from Boxy. Can he get back to the fountain to regen up? He will. He'll be fine, but his tier 4 will not. And his throne is rapidly falling. Taiga's going to try and slow it down with a Fate Bolt. Telekinesis around. Koifa running around with his shift. Not sure what to do, because he can't really do anything against this Alchemist. He's going to go for the backline, trying to finish off March. Again, Boxy with a sick 2-man stun. Armel, though, is able to pop his BKB unstable concoction. This time the Centaur will get knocked out of the fight. KP quite low, but Koipa no longer having his shapeshift. Again, no real damage there. Same goes with Taiga. That was genius indeed. TNC, a very clean game 1, and game 2 a bit scrappier, but their 3 does pay off in the end with a 30-point victory.
Don't emulate this in your pubs, guys.
But BSJ, I saw TNC build 2 Midases with an Alchemist.
Oh, it's painful, but hey, you know, they played their strategy well, so give props.
Did.